Hello folks, Hawkeye here, and tonight I'm going to shoot a video on photography. This is my first video, so go easy on me. Believe me, if you could see the blooper reel, you'd probably wet your pants. I'm going to write a script next time, I think. This ad-libbing shit's for the birds. It does not work. Specifically, I'm going to talk about toy photography, taking better pictures of your customs. Every once in a while I get a question, how do I take pictures that look like yours? I tell them, you go out, you spend a lot of money on professional level photography equipment like I did. Thank you for watching. Please like the video, please comment below, follow me on Facebook. I'm also on, I'm just kidding. You don't have to spend a lot of money on photography equipment to take decent pictures. Most of you guys are using a little point-and-shoot camera like this. I have a little point-and-shoot camera too, obviously. I use it, I get decent pictures. How do you do that? Well, there's two things you got to think about. First, let's redefine what photography is. Photography is not a study of pictures. Photography is a study of light. It's the quality of light. It's the temperature of light. It's the modification of light. How does that translate into what we're doing here? Well, first let's talk about your camera. Most of you guys, like I said, are shooting with a little point-and-shoot camera. Nothing wrong with that. We're living in a golden age of photography. Just about any camera takes a good picture these days. You just got to know how to use it. Normally what I recommend is you sit down with your instruction book, you read it front to back, know what every button does, and know what it's for. Since you guys probably aren't going to do that, I don't blame you. Have the book handy anyway, because some of the stuff I'm going to talk about, you probably will need to look at your instruction book to either change settings or see if it's something that you can change on your camera to begin with. First off, what are we shooting? We're shooting pictures of toys, small things. It's called macro photography. On this here camera, there's the macro setting. It's a little flower. That's pretty much a universal symbol on just about every camera I've ever owned or have ever seen. That is the symbol to switch to the macro mode. Switch it to the macro mode. Next, we're going to talk about something called ISO, or ISO. Anyone that's ever shot film before is familiar with that. You might remember the term ASA. What that is film speed, how fast the film reacts to light. We're shooting digital. We're not shooting film, obviously, but the principle is the same. It's how fast your sensor reacts to the light. So most of the time the camera is set on an auto ISO. It chooses the speed for you. That's why you get grainy pictures, is because the light's not good enough, so it has to bump up the ISO to get the proper exposure. Turn that off. Go in, turn that off. Be sure and turn it back, because you're probably going to want that back when you're taking family photos and stuff like that. Turn it off for this. That means, that's what that means is your shutter speeds are going to be really long. So the third thing you're going to need to be able to do is stabilize your camera. You can buy really cheap tripods, and I mean like desk-sized tripods for really cheap, or you can do what I did for a long time and just stack books and set a timer. That's probably the best way to do it, for the cheapest way to do it. Another thing that we can talk about, if I get enough requests, is white balance. Every light has a temperature, a different temperature. Fluorescent light has a temperature, incandescent light has a temperature, sunlight has a temperature. They're all different temperatures. And if you have all three of those, like I have two in here, I've got incandescent lights behind me. Those are lights that you screw into your ceiling. And I got fluorescent lights above me. So when you start mixing light sources, that starts confusing the camera. So a lot of times it's better just to go in and change it to whatever light source you're using. If you're going to use incandescent lighting, switch it to the incandescent lighting. Have you ever gotten pictures that look yellow when you look at them? That's your white balance. You didn't know what to do with that light source, and you were probably using incandescent lighting, and the camera didn't know what to do, so it made the pictures yellow. So, guess what? That's about all there is to it as far as the camera goes. You change to a macro setting, you stabilize it, you turn off your auto ISO, and you go with the lower number. Auto ISO, you turn that off, you set it to like 200, 400, 800 max. You'll start getting grainy pictures after that. That's it. That's seriously, that's all there is to using the camera. Not much else than that. The other part of this, the other aspect, is the light. Now, the best and cheapest light source is indirect natural light. Natural light being sunlight. So what I did for a long time was I took pictures of my customs in the morning in the shade with the sunlight coming through the window. And you'll be surprised how decent pictures you get just from indirect natural light. In my opinion, it is the best light source there is. That may not be a good option for you. You may work during the day and not have time to do that during the day. I got a buddy, he takes his customs to work to take pictures of them at his desk on work because that's the only time he can take pictures of them, and he likes that type of light source. So, if you're not going to use that type of light source, natural light, the thing that I recommend, you can spend a little money here, but not a lot when you think about it, is go out and buy something called a softbox. You can get them on Amazon for $40 last time I checked. I bought one, I used one, I have one, use it all the time. That's the only thing I use for my customs except the big vehicles. And what that is, and I'll show it to you here, is, you can see it there, it's 3 white panels with a black one in the back, and that particular box comes with 2 little lights like this. They fold up. They're on their little tripod and cleverly fold up into the thing. Comes with a little tripod that will fit a small camera like this that you can set on your desktop. I've long since lost that. So you can control your light source with this. Don't worry about the white balance for these. Just set it. The cameras seem to like these lights, whatever they are. The camera seems to know what these are. Don't worry about that. You're out of white balance. Control your light source. And a little higher up the food chain is flash, and that's what I shoot with. Not going to talk too much about that, except to say don't use it. The flash on your camera, don't use it. It sucks. There's a reason photographers, we call it the flash of death. That's why you get red eyes in pictures. It's the light reflecting back off in the back of the inside of the eye. We call it death flash for a reason. It's not good lighting. You can get diffusers that will set on the front of those little flashes to diffuse the light. I've not used one, but it's better than using that. Turn off your flash. If you're using your on-camera flash, that ain't gonna work for you. That's another reason if you're getting bad pictures, turn off your on-camera flash. So we're going to kind of walk around the room here and see my light sources. Actually, I've got 3 light sources in here. I got this desk lamp. I got these incandescent lights, which are a completely different temperature than my desk lamp. And I got this big fluorescent thing. Actually got 2 of them in here. So that's 3 different temperatures. plus 3 different light sources, plus what I'm shooting with, flash. So, to control the light source, we're going to take a picture here. So you would think with all this lighting in here, this thing should be lit up. I mean, it should be bright. But with the right settings, and I'm going to try and get you a picture of the back here. We're going to shoot it here. Here we go. Boom. There we go. And there's the picture. Hopefully you can see that. Get back on there for a second. Well, hopefully you'll be able to see that. If not, let me know and I'll post that picture. And you will be able to see that the light is very soft on the figure, because what we have done is diffused the light through those panels. What basically turned those light panels into a light source. It lit up the whole panel and made that the light source, so it becomes softer light. Using harsh light will get you harsher effects, obviously. A lot of this flash is really pretty advanced stuff. If I get enough requests on how to use DSLRs, I'll do a video on those, and flash type of stuff. But for point and shoot cameras, man, that's all there is to it. Get yourself a little light box like this, control your light source, set your camera to a low ISO, set it to your macro setting, stabilize it, and shoot away. If you got any questions, post them in the comments below or contact me on the boards or follow me on Facebook. I am at Brian Hatch. You can also follow my photography page at Hive Mind Photography on Facebook. And my customs are Go Figure Customs by Hawkeye on Facebook as well. So, any questions, let me know. And if you like the video, let me know. And if you want to learn more, let me know. And I'll shoot more. Thanks.